Welcome back. The government is now shut down as of midnight Eastern time. Many Americans could soon feel the pinch from delayed paychecks, limited access to certain services, and more. Jalissa Garza joins us now once again. So, Jalissa, you've been tracking this shutdown all morning.
Yeah, Jacob, and there is a lot to unpack here, especially how this shutdown differs from others and how it impacts everyday Americans. So here with more about what you can do is certified financial planner Bobbi Rebell. She's the personal finance expert at cardrates.com. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Want to go ahead and start with the first question. For families worried about missing a paycheck, what are some simple ways to make money last a little longer?
Well, good morning, Jalissa, and thank you so much for having me. And this is a very human situation. And yes, hundreds of thousands of workers will miss paychecks, not just the furloughed government workers, but also contractors that could be impacted as well. The first thing you need to do is just an assessment of what's going on in your own personal finances and identify what are the truly essential things that you need to keep going, your housing, your transportation, and so on. So prioritize those essentials. You want to also hit pause on subscriptions and memberships. So if you have a gym membership, you may want to put that on pause. They will be understanding. They may even be a little bit gracious and give you a little wiggle room there. Also, subscriptions, you can maybe cut back to maybe just one, or maybe even take a break and take out some materials from the library. Shop your pantry. This is something I advise people to do all the time. It's something I'm trying to get better at myself. We have a lot of food there that we don't use. So eat those leftovers, use up what's in the pantry. And then finally, as I sort of alluded to, have conversations with anyone that you pay, whether it's your utility company or your mortgage holder, whatever it is, and let them know what's going on. They will probably work something out with you, because remember, these paychecks will come eventually. People will get back pay if you work for the government. So it's just a delay in payment, not necessarily not getting paid. So it's a question of just time. And so your lenders know they'll get paid.
Yeah,
so they'll work with you.
Great insight there, Bobbi, especially, cutting where you can, streaming services, different things like that. But bills like rent and car payments are still coming. So what's the best way to stay on top of those if money is tight and you're already doing some of the things that you suggested?
Exactly. So absolutely have those conversations, but then you want to pick the least bad solutions to a tough situation. So for example, as much as I might tell people always pay your credit card bill in full, if you can't, make sure you pay the minimum payment on time. And I'm going to emphasize on time, because what I want people to do is protect their credit rating, because going forward, you want to have a really strong credit report so that you can do the things you want to do in life, whether it's take out a loan for an auto, for a car, or for a mortgage. You want to make sure that you protect your credit at all costs. So pay on time. That's the most important thing. And then look into hardship and forbearance programs. Again, you will probably get a lot of grace here, because number one, it's not your fault. And number two, you will get that money eventually, and your lenders know that. And so you want to also be asking about payment plans.
Great advice and reminders there. Now, is it worth dipping into savings right away, or are there smarter ways to handle the short-term crunch?
Okay, Julissa, I love that you asked this question, because it is so relevant to so many people. We get so caught up in the idea that emergency savings should never be touched. But the truth is, this is exactly what savings is for. And so absolutely go into your savings. Again, knowing, by the way, that you're going to get the back pay. So it's going to be replenished, which is also important. After savings, you want to look at what is going to have the least repercussions. So if you're going to take money, for example, out of investments, you don't want to touch your retirement funds, because first of all, you don't want to touch your retirement funds. You want them for retirement, but also getting to that money early, which you can do, is going to incur penalties. And we want to avoid penalties, especially because this is short term. Only take out what you need. In other words, sometimes you might say, well, I want a bigger buffer. No, we know that this is going to be solved. 35 days, I think, is one of, if not the longest times that we had the government shut down. So this is going to be resolved. You don't want to take out more than you need. And then you also want to avoid taking out anything that's going to be very expensive, like a high interest loan, or even taking out money on a credit card. That's very expensive. We don't want you to incur those extra costs.
Well, thank you so much, Bobbi, for your time and providing such great information for everyone. We hope this can help so many people, as we know thousands of federal workers, including right here in Houston, are going to be, just kind of tackling this real life fallout as everything continues. Thank you so much.